Hello everyone! We have already received the update about the version 5.4 banners, so it's now time to look at the future patches. In this video, we will be discussing new characters, their kits, release dates, and potential rerun banners. But please keep in mind that this video is based on recent leaks and Hoyoverse's rerun patterns. While I've tried my best to provide accurate information, there's always a chance things may change in the future. So, as always, take this information with a small grain of salt. Before we begin, let me remind you that the banners for Mavwika and Citlali are currently live on the servers. And if you're planning to pull for them but are running low on Primo Gems, check out lootbar.gg for a way to save some money. Lootbar is an excellent service for topping up in games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. You can save up to 20% on all top-ups by utilizing favorable exchange rates. Lootbar is in direct partnership with authorized top-up partners of Hoyoverse and has over 100,000 users with 16,000 plus positive reviews, so it's completely safe and secure. And make sure to check the link in the description or the pinned comment for an extra 5% discount. Now, let's start with version 5.4. The 5.4 update is scheduled for release on February 12th, and it will introduce only one new character. Mizuki, the latest 5-star Anemo Catalyst user, will make her debut during the first phase of 5.4. Currently, she's expected to be added to the standard banner in the 5.5 update, joining characters like Diluc, Tighnari, and Dehya. The reason many believe she'll join the standard banner lies in her kit. Unfortunately, her abilities aren't particularly impressive. Mizuki doesn't bring anything unique to the table compared to other characters. While most characters have distinct mechanics or abilities that set them apart, Mizuki lacks this standout factor. To be clear, she's not a bad character. She's just not great. If you happen to get her by accident or lose your 50-50 to her, it's fine. However, I wouldn't recommend spending your Primo Gems specifically to pull for her. That said, the remaining banners in 5.4 are exceptionally good. Wriothesley is finally getting his first rerun after being ignored for more than a year. He was released alongside Neuvillette in version 5.1, but hasn't had a single rerun, whereas Neuvillette has already had two. There might have been a reason for this, though. Wriothesley didn't fit well into the meta. However, with the release of Mavwika and Citlali, he should finally have his moment to shine. Or at least, that's what I'm hoping. And yes, Wriothesley's banner will also be available during the first phase of 5.4. Moving on to the second phase, Sijuin and FURINA will receive their reruns. I don't think I need to tell you how valuable FURINA is. Along with Kazuha, she's one of the two units owned by nearly 90% of the player base. If you still don't have her, this is your chance. She's an absolute must-pull. However, I can't say the same for Sijuin. Personally, I don't enjoy playing bow characters, and there are other units who can perform her role just as well. If you already have characters like FURINA or Kokomi, you might want to skip her, unless you're looking to boost Neuvillette's damage, in which case she could be worth considering. Now, let's talk about version 5.5. Two new characters are expected to debut in this update, IANSAN and IFA. IANSAN is a key character from Natlan and a member of the Collective of Plenty tribe. She was the first Natlan character who was revealed in the Tevat's chapter storyline preview trailer, but she's still not released. IANSAN has been confirmed as an Electro character, with her vision visible on her back in her model. According to a recent update from Flying Flame, she might be a 4-star unit, but this hasn't been confirmed, so for now, I'm assuming she'll be a 4-star character. As for IFA, he will undoubtedly be a 5-star character. And here's why. In 2024, we saw only one male 5-star character, Kinich. Hoyoverse typically releases 2 tall male characters per region, with at least one of them being a 5-star. For example, Wriothesley and Neuvillette, Ito and Ayato, Alhaitham and Kaveh. Most of these duos include at least one 5-star. We've already had Ororon as a tall male character in version 5.2, and IFA has been confirmed to be a tall male character as well, so it stands to reason he'll be a 5-star. Additionally, the recent demand from players, especially the Chinese player base, for more male characters makes it even more likely that IFA will be a 5-star. As for his weapon and vision, there's no information yet. Assuming we get at least one new 5-star in 5.5, the remaining 3 banners will likely be reruns. I believe Venti, Mualani, and Emily will fill these spots. Venti's rerun is almost certain, as he'll be the only Archon without a rerun in Natlan after version 5.4. For the other two, Hoyoverse has been consistently rerunning every Fontaine character. After 5.4, Emily will be the only one left, so it's likely we'll see her. As for the last spot, it could be either Mualani or Kinich. Both were released in 5.0, and by 5.5, 4 patches will have passed since their first banners. Based on popularity and sales, I think Mualani is more likely to get her rerun first. So, according to me, the 5.5 banners would likely feature IFA, VENTI, Mualani, and Emily. Moving on to version 5.6, we are expecting 2 new characters, Dahlia and the chef girl from Fontaine, whose in-game name is rumored to be Akefi or Effie. The chef girl is expected to be a 5-star character, while Dahlia, who's from Mondstadt, is likely a 4-star unit. His first ever official mention in the game was in Rosaria's drip marketing post all the way back in 2021, where Barbara name-dropped a Deacon Dahlia. In 2023, a lot of leaks mentioning Dahlia surfaced. He was known as the Heterochromia Boy and was hinted at being a 4-star character. His complete concept art and design were also leaked, showing him as a short male with pink hair and mismatched lavender and gray eyes. While his element and weapon were also shown in the leaks, I'm sure they're outdated by now or have been changed. Unfortunately, there's currently no additional information about their kits or abilities, so we'll have to wait for more updates. Assuming we get only 1 new 5-star in 5.6 as well, the remaining 3 banners should be reruns. I believe Kinich, Xianyun, and Navia are strong candidates. Xianyun hasn't had her first rerun yet, which makes her chances quite good. Navia's last rerun was in version 4.8, so she's also due for another. However, if Hoyoverse prioritizes money and sales, they might go with Xilonen instead of Navia. Xilonen is a must-pull for maximizing the damage of Natlin characters, so she's always a strong contender. Finally, for those of you waiting for Skirk, her release has been pushed to version 5.7. She was initially expected to be released in 5.6, similar to Arlecchino, who was released in version 4.6. But, according to sources HXG Diluc and Full Stop Chan, Skirk will now be released as a playable character in version 5.7. Both are considered reliable sources with good track records. Skirk will be a 5-star cryo character. As for her weapon, she's expected to be a sword user. Furthermore, another source named Genshin Leakflow recently said that Skirk will be a main DPS unit. They have a mixed track record, so it's difficult to say how accurate this info is, so take it with a grain of salt. But considering the fact that all Fatui Harbingers are main DPS units, this info doesn't make any difference. I know that she's not a Harbinger, but you know what I mean, right? This could also mean that Natlin's story will end in version 5.7 with Mavuika's second story quest, and that she'll get her first rerun. I'm personally very excited for Skirk's release, and I'm sure many of you are as well. And that wraps up my take and speculation on the upcoming banners roadmap. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.